Hi all, welcome back. This week we're going to be looking at current keepers, keeper lives, capacitors or caps, call them what you will. In the video I'm going to break them down in simple terms to see whether you need or not. So let's jump right into it, enough of the waffle. So just imagine this, you're enjoying your model train, running some trains around the layout, then suddenly there's a brief interruption in power for some reason, and then at that point your locomotive stalls, the lights flicker, interruption in sound. This could happen for various reasons. Heaven forbid there's a loose connection under there somewhere, dirty track, and just sometimes some particular types of locomotives do struggle getting over the frogs within your turnouts, and that can be for various reasons, short wheelbase, where that don't have that many pickups. So what are keeper lives? What are they in particular? So in short, they're a capacitor storage system for your model trains. So further to that, how they work is due to this storage of energy within the capacitor, they prevent locomotives from stalling, flickering lights when they run over a piece of track. So on my layout, this normally happens if I'm going to have any issues at lower type speeds. Now, you might be thinking, well, why don't you just clean your track? Well, sometimes it's not as easy as that. I've got one particular locomotive, and I will show you later in this video how much better it is with the Keeper Live installed. So the other types of locomotives that you may get some benefit from the Keeper Lives is locomotives without flywheels. So you don't have that forward momentum inertia, so to speak, which is how a flywheel operate. Also, anything with sound decoders I find is quite beneficial. Yes, the sound decoder takes a lot more energy. However, my sound decoders, particularly my shunters, I'm at this point in time, I'm only going to install these in my shunting locomotives because I like running them at nice, slow speeds, a little bit more prototypical, and it's just a lot more fun from my point of view. So this is where a Keeper Live will come into play. So first question is, do you think you really need Keeper Lives? Just make sure you put a comment in the comment section below. Or on the flip side, do you sit on the fence? So what sort of like I'm doing? I'm not going to do all my locomotives. I'm just going to do the locomotives, as I said, like my shunting or my switching locomotives that I want to be able to run really, really slowly. So I'm predominantly running steam engines, eras 1 and 2 European. So my longer wheelbase locomotives have ample pickups, so I'm not finding the same sort of issues with them, so they will not get any Keeper Lives at this point in time. So I also imagine that's almost like a little safety net as well. The Keeper Live system catches when the train is about to have some sort of little hiccup due to a momentary loss in power for some reason. So that ensures the train doesn't stop, it just keeps motoring through for a lot more enjoyment, I find. Ladies and gentlemen out there, obviously size does matter when it comes to capacitors anyway. So the larger the capacitor, physical capacitor, the more energy it will store. So you can get, there's a myriad of sizes, and I will show you some of them up on the screen shortly, right the way through to quite large capacitors for our larger scales or our bigger locomotives where you have to find the space. So that is unfortunate with these. They're not a small item. Some of them are larger than some of the decoders. So in short, the large capacitor, what it actually does, it is able to store more energy, which in turn will allow it to run for longer, or if it's a more power-hungry locomotive, it'll give it ample power to run for a number of seconds if that's what's required. So if you're looking at installing sort of Keeper Lives, it might pay to do a little bit of research in the back end to see what sort of size capacitor you may need, and couple that with the type of motors and type of current draw. But also you've got to keep in mind that the actual physical size of the decoder and the size constraints of where you're going to install that Keeper Live. So what we're going to quickly do is go over to a very, very quick installation of the ESU. So before we do that, we'll have a quick word from our sponsor, PCBWay.com. Over to you guys and girls.
This video is proudly sponsored by PCBWay.com. If you're a tinkerer, inventor, or advanced electrical engineer, you need to check out PCBWay or you are seriously missing out. They are passionate about PCBs ranging from standard to advanced PCBs with 1 to 30 layers with full featured printed circuit boards. PCBWay don't stop there. They offer basically everything you need to make your ideas a reality. Whether you need 3D prints, injection molding, or CNC machining, assembly, or basic PCB manufacturing, they can do it all for highly competitive prices. Check out their awesome services in the link below and their offer to my viewers who support this channel. Watch out for my upcoming videos where I'll be using some of their products.
So we can see the bottom picture there that I'm circling. So that's the ESU power pack, and that's how I've actually installed it. So it's got 3 wires, a positive, a charge, and a ground. And that's how it sets up and how the Keep Alive detects whether there's a voltage drop a voltage drop has occurred and the decoder is going to run out of. So the top 2 examples are different types of decoders within the ESU, but they're actually DIY. So you can actually see there's a 2200 microfarad 25 volt capacitor there, run in line with a diode there, and also the bottom one is an installation for the micro version, but that's the difference is that it's got a 100 ohm 1 watt resistor. So if you want to give a DIY a go for it by all means. Obviously a lot cheaper option than buying the actual power pack. So the next thing we need to look at, we need to set a CV. So on the ESU version 5 and 4, it's the CV of 113. So in short, it's set at 50. So you can see there, that's the time the decoder bridges via the power pack after an interruption. So I set mine to about 200, which gives you around 1.5 to 2 seconds. Obviously, if you do the maths on 0.163 by 200, that gives you roughly around 3 seconds. However, with a sound decoder, you're not going to get that. Screen I brought up there, that is the Lock Programmer by ESU. So it's just a matter of you can either do it via controller, but I'm a very visual person, so I actually like setting my CVs in more of a visual way. So you can see there, my decoder that currently it's plugged in to that little BR98 is version 4. So then, as you can see, I've just set the CV113 to 200, and then we leave it at that. And for ESU, that is the only CV settings required. So in summary, so a Keep Alive system, or the capacitors, you can liken them to what I'm going to say like a little safety buffer. Your model trains from interruption of power at any given time. If you're like me, you like nice, smooth running trains. So it's just, as I said, that safety buffer that just allows them to keep chugging along and having a lot more fun with your model trains. And also with the Keep Alives, I believe if you're having smooth running trains, you're not having to interact with the hand of God, or the 050 as they call it, and it makes a much more enjoyable experience running our train. Like all videos, I have 3 questions. So make sure you comment in the comment section below. I'll be really interested to see what people think of these little devices. So number 1, would you use Keep Alives? If so, what are your reasons for why you're using Keep Alives? Well, on the flip side of that, what are the reasons why you will not use Keep Alive? Number 2, options out there where you can actually make your own Keep Alives. And number 3, is there anything more that you'd like clarified within the Keep Alives? I'll do my best to answer any questions that are posed, or I might put, what I might actually do is also I'll put some links below on some good resources that I came across when I was researching Keep Alives. So thanks for watching this little breakdown on Keep Alives or capacitors. If you found this video helpful, give it a big thumbs up. Obviously the YouTube algorithm loves the love of any sort of interaction. Comment below if there's any other videos you might like me to do, or just general chit chat regarding the Keep Alives. And like always, don't forget to subscribe, click that little bell icon to be notified of upcoming content, and I'll see you next time. And until next time, happy railroading.